Welcome back to Rungta IAS Academy aspirants. Let's just jump right in today. We're doing a rapid mains analysis of a high-yield and frankly very tricky topic for your GS2 polity paper, the governor's role in hung assemblies.
Right, and picture this scenario. You're sitting there in your UPSC personality test. The board is looking right at you and they ask, so, how exactly should a governor act when no single party has a clear majority? It's a fundamental constitutional dilemma, and your answer needs to be absolutely crystal clear.
Exactly. And to really nail that answer, we have to look at the real-world context currently unfolding in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. You've probably seen the news updates. The Tamalaga Vitri Kazhagam, or TVK, just secured 108 seats. Now that is exactly 10 seats short of the 118 they need for a simple majority.
True. So following some hectic parleys, TVK chief C. Joseph Vijay submitted letters of support from 120 members to Governor Harjendra Arlikar. The governor then invited him to form the government. But for a top-tier mains answer, you can't just state the current affairs. You need to decode the exact constitutional backing for this move.
Absolutely. The absolute bedrock of your answer has to be Article 164, Clause 1. It states, very simply, that the chief minister shall be appointed by the governor. But here's the catch, and this is exactly what the examiner wants you to analyze. The Constitution actually doesn't lay out specific criteria for picking a CM in the event of a hung assembly.
You're absolutely right. That sheer lack of prescribed criteria creates a massive discretionary loophole. When a single party sweeps the election, the path is obvious. But without that clear majority, the governor's discretion kicks into high gear, and, well, that's exactly where all the constitutional controversies begin.
Now, aspirants, grab your pens and note down this exact sequence. It's incredibly important. To bridge that constitutional loophole we just discussed, the Sarkaria Commission back in 1987 and later the Punchhi Commission in 2010 gave a very specific four-step order of preference. Yes, memorize this order. First, you look for a pre-poll alliance that enjoys a majority. Second, you invite the single largest party staking a claim. Third, a post-electoral coalition where all the partners are joining the government. And finally, fourth, a post-electoral alliance where some parties are just providing outside support. Literally, just writing this sequence down in your paper fetches you direct marks.
But here is where it gets interesting for your critical analysis. Historically, the application of these rules has been highly inconsistent. Take Goa and Manipur in 2017, for instance. The governors there invited post-poll alliances, totally ignoring the Congress, which was actually the single largest party at the time.
Exactly. And then contrast that with Karnataka just a year later in 2018. There, the single largest party was invited, and a post-poll alliance claim was ignored. And who can forget Maharashtra in 2019? A coalition was sworn in, only for the CM to resign literally days later because they lacked the numbers. This inconsistency is exactly why critics argue governors sometimes act more like union agents than impartial constitutional heads.
Just remember, keep a neutral tone when you evaluate this in your actual paper.
Objectivity is key, and to really anchor your arguments, you absolutely cannot ignore the judiciary's stance on this. I want you to write down this exact quote. The floor of the House is the constitutionally ordained forum for testing majority support. That line is a real game changer. It was categorically laid down in the landmark S.R. Bommai judgment of 1994 and then firmly reiterated in the 2006 Rameshwar Prasad case. I'm telling you, quoting S.R. Bommai is absolute gold for your GS2 answers. It proves to the evaluator that you thoroughly know your judicial precedents.
Now, let's point out a really crucial nuance from the recent Tamil Nadu events that, honestly, a lot of candidates are going to miss entirely. Oh, for sure. In the Tamil Nadu situation, the governor's office was looking for validation of 118 members. But constitutionally speaking, the requirement for forming a government is the support of the majority of members present and voting. That 118 figure is just based on the absolute 234-member full strength of the assembly. It totally ignores the possibility of abstentions on the floor. You've got to keep an eye on these technicalities. They make your answer stand out.
Okay, moving towards the end of your answer. Every top-tier mains answer absolutely needs a robust way forward. So here is yours. You definitely want to cite the recent Justice Curry and Joseph Committee report on union-state relations.
Yes, this is crucial. This committee, which was actually constituted by the earlier Tamil Nadu government, recommended adding a brand new schedule to the Constitution. The goal? To specifically codify the rules governing the governor's discretionary powers. Mentioning this codification, along with the mandate for a bona fide exercise of power, gives you the perfect, balanced conclusion. It directly addresses how to prevent the exact judicial and historical inconsistencies we've been talking about.
So we're going to leave you with a final thought to really ponder over for your personality test prep. Think about this.
Should the governor's discretionary powers be completely codified in black and white to prevent misuse? Or is a certain degree of constitutional flexibility absolutely necessary to handle unprecedented political crises?
It is such a brilliant question to debate, isn't it? Keep analyzing it, keep studying the BEAR Act closely, and please make sure your notes are fully updated with these specific commission recommendations. All right, keep up the hard work and good luck with your preparations, aspirants.